Friday, everyone. So I'm on here because I'd like to go into detail of how to turn in the discussion on the fabric guide that's linked up to your Know Your Fabrics assignment. So I'm in here in modules week 4. And as you noticed, there's a discussion topic called Fabric Guide. Well, this one is attached to this assignment, which is worth 20 points, which is labeled Know Your Fabrics. So let's click into the discussion so that we can see what's going on in this link. Okay, so as a class, it's going to be a collaborative effort. We are going to start defining different types of fabrics so that you can use this as your fabric study guide. So first, please select 3 terms or fabrics from the list below. If you're not very familiar with one of the fabrics on the list, then go ahead and choose that one to define and find out more about that type of fabric. Make sure you don't repeat. If a team member has already defined a fabric, move on to the next. And of course, don't forget to cite your sources, as in where you found that image of that fabric. Also, don't forget to enter your name on each entry and be careful not to delete anyone else's entry on the submission page. Okay, so let's get to it. So your page will have a edit button. So you can click on that to add your definition to any one of these fabrics. And as you can see, some of our teammates have already added the definition, either from the book or from internet sources. So everything in a highlighted black are the types of fabrics or fibers. Here's the list. So if you don't see anything written out, any definition next to the highlighted fabric or fiber, go ahead and determine which one you'd like to define for yourself. Like camel hair, they kind of get lost between the ones that have already been defined, like mohair and cashmere. So if you are curious about camel hair, that's a good one to find out more about. Okay, so let's use this one as an example, camel hair. So what I'm going to do is copy and paste onto Google and find out more about camel hair. We can do camel hair fiber. You can also use your textile book if you're already taking textiles. If not, it's okay. Good old Google also helps. So as you can see here, camel hair, it refers to the type of fur on the body of a camel. And, excuse me, it generally refers to as a fiber, but it can be used to create like a combination fabric or a full blend of different types of camel hair. Types of uses, it's very warm and soft, and the types of uses that you'll see it in is in carpet, tents, cloaks, outer sweaters, or undergarments. So many different types of uses for that. There's also a cashmere.org that talks about different types of cashmere and wool, and camel hair is also included in this. So go ahead and do your research. Add a little definition here next to camel hair, and then find an image of what camel hair looks like. Since we've already Googled this, you can either click on Google Images to see more on that fiber. And here's an interesting one. So I would just click and drag that to your desktop, and then you can embed it into this discussion page. Okay, so once you're done with that, there's also another list of fabric structures, and that's like woven or knit, different types of weaves, and what they look like. Once you get familiarized with all of these, it makes designing so much easier because then you can pinpoint, oh, I'm going to use this type of weave or this silk fabric for my design. Okay, so once you submit that to this discussion page, in order to receive credit for this assignment, what you will do is click on this submission link and it will automatically take you to the assignment page, which is Know Your Fabrics. So in here, what you will do is add to your Google Drive portfolio a page or a sheet, depending on what type of format you'd like to have it in your portfolio. And I'll show you what that looks like. And then you can come in here. You should have a submit button. I have a speed grader button. And you will submit your Google Drive link here. This is a great example of Diana's. She added a slide, a Google slide, and this is the link to her Google Drive portfolio. So, and Diana added the same thing she put in our discussion: the name of the fabric, a little bit about, what the characteristics of the fabric is, her sources, an image of the actual fabric itself, and that's it. So I can click on this and it'll take me directly to Diana's Google Drive portfolio. Now remember, the Google Drive portfolio will be used when, as a portfolio, if you ever come to an interview or anyone interested in investing in your company. You can use portfolios for so many purposes besides just a job interview. Okay, and there it is. This is due by Sunday before midnight, September 20th, and we will review our final discussion as a class in our next Zoom meeting. So we'll have this lovely fabric reference list to add to our Google Drive portfolio that will help us when we're designing or even styling to better understand how certain fabrics are going to change our designs or styles on a certain body. All right, have a good weekend. I hope this helps.